Hello everybody, my name's Sean Woolley, I'm the Managing Director of Cloudninespain. With me I have
Dominic, I'm the Sales Director.
And we are here to discuss today the differences or similarities between two really high profile areas that a lot of our high net worth clients are buying into at the moment. One is called Zagaleta, which many of you may have heard of. The other is called Reserva Sotogrande. So two completely different areas on the Costa del Sol. Sotogrande is kind of hanging onto the coattails of Marbella, saying that it's their little brother or little cousin down the coast. And in fairness, it is, 25 minutes down the coast?
26, 27.
27 and a half. Obviously, everyone knows Marbella and what it offers because it's consolidated. It's been around a long time now. People don't know or aren't too aware of Sotogrande and what it can offer. And we're here today to talk about these two specific hotspots within each, really. So first of all, Zagaleta, which many people have already heard of. It's an enclave of villas protected by 24-hour security. Dom's going to talk to you in a minute about guns. Come on to that. And it's located just north of Puerto Banús and San Pedro, so just about a 5 to 10 minute drive from the coast up the hill. And then you have this magnificent country estate. Used to be the hunting ground of Adnan Khashoggi, so it still has deer.
Lord.
Guns again, yeah. And it still has deer running around, so it's a beautiful spot. And it's villas. It also has private amenities, including 2 private golf courses, fishing lakes, a clubhouse, helicopter pad. It's all helicopter and guns, this boy. And what else does it have? Equestrian centre. So it's got a few things going on, but it's known as the most expensive or most exclusive. Certainly the most exclusive address to live in, possibly the whole of Spain.
Maybe even Europe.
Maybe even Europe. It's been featured on lots of TV programmes. We've probably seen quite a bit of it. It attracts people predominantly who either want to live in the best address in the Costa del Sol or in Spain, and also people who are concerned or obsessed about their own security and privacy. So it attracts famous people, mostly for the right reasons. Politicians, sports stars.
Doesn't Hugh Grant have a house there?
Hugh Grant, yeah.
They even say Vladimir Putin has a house.
Putin, there you go. Ronaldo came and stayed.
A famous milk brand from England. Like the most famous milk brand in England. Would you know what it was called?
No idea.
Because I recently found out that this famous milk producer from England bought a house there.
Oh, okay.
Like this really expensive one. You can buy it here for like €6 a gallon. It's madness. But anyways, that's how this sort of clients.
No idea what he's talking about. But certainly people with a lot of money. It tends to attract the older money rather than the new money. So rather than attracting sort of the tech startup millionaires, billionaires, online gaming, it may not be a place for them with young families because Zagaleta, you kind of need a car for most things. So or a chauffeur.
For everything.
Yeah, you do. You need a car. So it attracts people who are just kind of slowing down, maybe have been working hard all their lives and built up a nice nest egg, and they want Zagaleta as a holiday home to retreat to, or maybe even a permanent address. Or maybe some people just use it for a couple of weeks a year. But Zagaleta is really well known. It's a fabulous place.
It's a good intro.
It's good intro. Anyway,
so now we have it.
And he hasn't mentioned guns once.
The security in Zagaleta is prime. It's really good. It's very taken care of. You have
to show all sorts of ID.
You have 2 entrances.
Get in, yeah.
And there's always security with guns, and you have to show passports, etc. to get in.
It's nice and safe and secure and private. Yeah. No paparazzi. And then the other area we're going to be comparing and contrasting it to is La Reserva Sotogrande. Now, Sotogrande itself is, as I say, half an hour down the coast, down towards Gibraltar.
26 minutes.
26 and a half minutes. And Sotogrande is under development, really, isn't it? There's 4 quarters to it, I always say. There's the marina, which is well known for its very expensive yachts. It's a little bit more chilled out than Puerto Banús. Next to the marina, you have the flat area by the sea. I'm really describing it as well, are they? Flat area. And they have avenues named after monarchs. So the area is called Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens, yeah.
And there you have one of the famous golf courses as well, Real Club Sotogrande. And then the other side of the highway, the other side of the motorway, there's the other 2 quarters, one of which is Valderrama, which most of you will have heard of because it was the host of the Ryder Cup. So you have Valderrama, and what's the area alongside Valder where the hotel? Oh, Almenara. So 2 golf courses there. And then the 4th quarter, which is under development at the moment, is La Reserva Sotogrande, which is the final bit really to be developed.
They call it the last chapter.
The last chapter. Now, Sotogrande has never had the footfall in terms of visitor numbers and tourists that Marbella has enjoyed, but it's kind of happy about that, I think.
I love it. You started this conversation, this monologue
2 years ago.
This monologue saying that people don't really know about it.
Yeah.
And because people don't really know about it, it saves itself with a specific climate.
Yeah.
It's more chilled back, more relaxed. People don't really care much of proving who they are.
The mask, somebody said to me, the mask comes down in Sotogrande.
100%.
In Marbella, the mask goes up. And I think that
puts it.
That kind of explains
rarely,
it.
yeah.
And what we've noticed in the last couple of years, and the reason we're talking about this and wanting to let you guys know, is a lot of our clients are buying in Sotogrande. Clients who would normally look at Marbella, or who have looked at Marbella, or people who have actually owned in Marbella but don't want it anymore. They're actually looking for maybe just a little less stress. Not that Marbella is particularly stressful, but just a little winding down. And I think Sotogrande, what it has going for it, even without the other stuff, is it has fantastic golf courses. It's called the Golden Triangle of golf. So if you're coming down here to play golf and you don't go golfing in Sotogrande, then you need to do it again and do it properly.
Or go home. Never come back.
And then the other great thing about Sotogrande is the school. It's probably the best school on the whole of the coast.
Yeah, Sotogrande International School.
It produces examples like this. What can you say?
I was only for a year, so if I have minor errors,
then they kicked you out.
Yeah.
Traditionally, I've been here nearly 20 years, and in the olden days, before I saw the light, I used to sell against Sotogrande, and I actually told the chief exec of La Reserva this a few months ago, and he just chuckled. But I used to say, if you like horses, boats, and golf, Sotogrande is for you.
Well, so is Zagaleta, sort of.
But that's about it. Yeah, but with Zagaleta,
you don't have to boat.
No, I mean Sotogrande is famous for its polo. All the royals come down here to hide when there's some scandal, and ride the horses. So polo, it's some of the best polo in the world. The boating is fantastic, and the golf is world class. So if you like those three things, it's heaven.
It's funny.
But there's not a lot more. If you want to go to Corte Inglés shopping, you have to get in the car and go half an hour to Marbella.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I never sold in Sotogrande, and since I started working with Cloudninespain, I went down there a lot, and I really, and this is not a sales pitch, I'm not lying, I really fell in love with Sotogrande.
Really?
I think whenever I go down there, I feel this peace and tranquility. I feel like people stop being pretentious, and they are who they are, and like you said perfectly, they don't put this mask on, and it flows. The energy flows there more steadily. Whereas because we have so much happening in Marbella,
it's peaks and troughs, isn't it?
It fluctuates a lot.
Yeah.
And that's why if I were to choose now, that's one of the reasons I would go for La Reserva de Sotogrande. But because you can also still get a lot for your money in Sotogrande.
What Sotogrande has, apart from all the things I've mentioned, is it has land.
It has potential.
Marbella has no land. People who say, "Oh, I'm going to build a villa on a lovely plot in Marbella," find it first.
Oh, if that plot is lovely, it's only got 1,000 square meters.
Yeah.
Whereas you can get plots there with 5,000-10,000 square meters.
And La Reserva as the last chapter of Sotogrande. It's not the cheapest. Don't get me wrong, but it does give you options. They have a lot of land there where you can build your own villa. We have clients who've bought in there because they couldn't get what they wanted in Marbella in terms of space, privacy, but also the sense of community. And one of the key things that La Reserva do talk about is, they want to create a community, and I think they've done that. They have a fantastic golf course. They have a resident pro there called Manuel Pinheiro, who's a very famous Spanish golfer, played in the Ryder Cup. They have a gorgeous Cortijo style clubhouse.
Yes, it's beautiful.
They're just about to revamp the hotel that they own in Almenara.
They have a beach bar.
Yeah.
They have a club.
Yeah, at the beach. They brought the beach to the hills. So there's an inland beach with its own sandy bottomed lagoon pool, which is absolutely spectacular. And in fact, a lot of people from Marbella go there in the summer because it's so different and it's so unique. It's like a clean beach,
And the difference is, just quickly noted, that when you buy yourself a nice plot of land in La Reserva, for instance, your view is completely different. Because you do see more nature, you do see more ocean, and you do not look at just urbanized areas. So if you kind of want the mixture between those two, that's a better place for you to go.
And I would say in terms of money, if you were looking at Zagaleta or La Reserva Sotogrande, you could probably save about 30% on average, I would say.
Yeah.
The same house, what I'm saying is the same house that you could build or get them to build for you in La Reserva Sotogrande would probably cost you 30% more in Zagaleta.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
So, and I think there's more to come from Sotogrande. I think it's an area, as I say, because it's got land, there's going to be more development
and
for
that's
obvious reasons.
what I'm a bit frightened of. I just have
So
to
they might
say
spoil
that.
it.
Yeah, because
I don't know, because
the tribe, the vibe attracts the tribe, right? Right now the tribe is really chilled. And if you offer more possibilities, it ranges to more people and a vaster style of people. Because right now I would say it's one sort of character that
and people who live in
around.
Sotogrande, they love Sotogrande. They're very defensive of it. If you say, oh, do you find there's not enough to do? They'll be like, whoa, hang on a minute. They actually come down to Porto Banús for a Saturday and they'll treat it as a day out. So they'll go to El Corte Inglés, do some shopping, they'll go for dinner.
Exactly.
And then, the kids to the cinema, stuff like that.
So
I just think Sotogrande needs a little bit more maybe in terms of commercial offering.
I do agree to that, but I'm a little bit worried that it might spoil it.
Yeah. I agree. We have actually clients who are buying in Sotogrande and in particular in La Reserva. I know that La Reserva themselves have been dealing with two very prestigious worldwide brand names who are looking to establish a base there in terms of corporate entertainment, things like that. And I can see that.
Yeah,
again, because
100%.
there's the land and there's the vastness and the scope to build something really impressive. It's interesting. It's nice to have the difference and the contrast between...
And because it's not so overbuilt, it gives a greater sense of exclusivity. And that's what I mean. Because of its possibilities, it gives the extra sense of exclusivity.
I know what you mean.
And if it gets overbuilt, it will take that away.
Yeah.
I do know La Reserva is planning a few projects. If they execute it and do not build more...
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But if they manage to execute it, it will be a manageable size and controllable, and that would set a perfect tone for the rest. But if they start being greedy, in general people in Sotogrande, and they start going, what if I'm here buying, selling, flipping, building more quantity over quality, it's going to destroy it.
I'm not sure they will, because I think
I
they've
will.
set the price point for exclusivity,
I agree.
and they're quite relaxed about the price point, because people of that ilk who want exclusivity will pay for it.
Sure.
And it might mean not paying over the top, but it might mean buying into something at a slightly higher level than they might have expected, but what they get in return is worth more.
Exactly.
And
it's well for the long run.
Yeah, and what they have, there's a project there of 7 plots, and I think they're 10,000 square meters each.
Yeah.
And the development is called the 7, and it's perched on a hilltop with the best views overlooking everything, really. And what they cleverly did, La Reserva, was they approached 7 of the world's most famous architects and said, here you go, here's a plot, design a villa on it. And so the models, if you like, that you can buy, or you can get your own architect, or another, you can tweak the designs, but the sort of blueprint for each plot is this amazing villa which has been bespoke designed by one of the best architects in the world, and some of them are like, oh my god,
breathtaking designs,
and it works because they get inquiries on the back of that. People say, I want that villa, and then when they get there they say, I want that villa but on that plot. And
obviously what I was also explaining to a client who is buying into La Reserva, that they're creating a new ideology with the brand of La Reserva, which means they're not selling a already built and constructed business. You'll be part of it, and that takes a lot of effort, and it's great to see in what sort of detailing they proceed, because they could have just sold the plots with nothing on it, but they went to the trouble to find the best architects, to go into specific architectural designs for each individual plot, not knowing that someone's going to buy that plot with that design. But that was never the question.
Exactly.
So it comes with such professionalism and eye for detail, which I'm very happy to see, because that is something that sometimes lacks here in Marbella.
And I think also, I've had this chat with Mark Doppio, the CEO, and people who invest a lot of money in anywhere. But if you invest, particularly in a foreign home, maybe a little unsure about things, and you're paying 5-10 million euros for something, you want to be reassured that the people who are buying next door to you and within the resort are going to be like-minded people.
Of course.
What you don't want to do is have a price point at 3, 4, 5, 10 million euros, and then your next door neighbour is going to be spending 1 million euros.
Yeah.
You just don't want that.
It's set the
because
bar.
you want to make sure that the surrounding houses are as beautiful. They might be slightly different, but as beautiful or stunning as yours, and you want to make sure that your setting isn't going to be dragged down.
Yeah.
Do I sound like a complete snob?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
What? No, not at all. Just keep in mind what we're talking about. It comes from the perspectives of the clients, from what we've known and what we have felt and dealt with and experienced.
Yeah.
So I think our personal opinion in here, what would yours be? Would you prefer
I was going to say 5 million. 5 million. What do you buy?
a caravan and a trip around the world?
Hey. I thought you were going to say something else, and I'm quite relieved you said that. I would go Zagaleta. But it would be quite close. The thing is, I don't drink, so I haven't got a problem driving down the hill every Friday night to take my other half for a meal and a pint.
I would go Sotogrande because then I wouldn't have to take my other half anywhere.
There you go.
I would go Sotogrande because I like to be.
I can see you in Sotogrande.
I like
lying
to be
by the
cut
beach,
off,
looking
shut
super
off,
cool with a straw hat. I can see that.
It's like I think even I've experienced it. I was with a client, as you know, last week, and we went to a really cool restaurant called Ke.
Oh yeah.
And you saw the people in it.
There's a vibe.
There's such a vibe. They're vibrant, but mellow vibrant.
It's kind of. Is it fair to say it's kind of deck shoes and polo necks and the jumper over the shoulders and the hat?
Yeah, and we could be sitting next to a billionaire dressed in a sweatshirt, like you said, a hat, drinking his little pint of beer and some tapas, going into one of these, Peugeot little cars, I don't know, really classic there in that area, and drive off, and you would never think much of him.
Yeah.
But then it turns out he owns, I don't know, Corte Inglés.
Yeah.
I love that.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see you. I can see you.
Yeah,
there.
you do not see in the port Ferraris and Bugattis parked
No, you
and
don't.
ostentatiously driving circles 5 times just so people can see you. No, that's not something.
It's understated.
Oh, and that's
It's
very nice.
understated. And the people who are buying there, from our experience, are people who've built up their own companies, who have the wealth to be able to invest, or it's very corporate money. I think. Do you know what I mean by that? It's people who've worked hard either in their own businesses or other people's businesses who've really
accumulated the
wealth rather than just a get rich quick kind of thing. And I think because of that you have quite a degree of respect between the people in the community, and it's a nice place to be. I'm talking myself into it. I'll have to have one.
Damn it!
Give me another 5 million. Give me another 5 million. I'll have to have one in each. If you do want to know more about these two areas, or want to see them in person and would like some help and guidance, as you can see, we're completely on the fence with this. So we would love to show you around. So please give us a call or
we should
email.
all put our numbers out. If you want to call, my number is 01. You want to speak to Dominic?
And press 0 to
speak to Sean
to get taken back to the operator. Thanks for joining us anyway. I hope you found that useful, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.